They stop coups and they gather potatoes. But of course, the army, the KGB, and the military, these are all at the center of attention during the August events. But there is one force that is no less important, no less powerful. General then President Dwight Eisenhower 30 years ago gave the military-industrial complex its name. He called it dangerous for his own country. What were we to think, though, when we saw these faces among the participants of the August conspiracy? The forces of the military-industrial complex, of course, stood behind this act. A great deal of what is produced in our country is eaten up by the military. In the United States, for example, it's only 6%. When attempts at reform, of economic reform, were begun, there were accusations that things are falling apart. Our military-industrial complex is the heart of our administrative system. Everything that was in this administrative system could not have existed without the military-industrial complex. That it took up all the raw materials and the qualified labor force, all the financing. All that system in its totality served the military-industrial complex. But then there's the military conversion. Was it a real threat? No, it isn't really a threat. Here's why. The actual plan of conversion had been entrusted to the military-industrial complex itself. That is, this plan, born within the bowels of the MIC, it was still demanding within the next 5-year plan that it be given 6 billion rubles. But there's still one more great danger for the military-industrial complex. It has lost its main support with the departure of the CPSU. But here we have the creation of military-industrial stock markets. Naturally, the transition from one system to another just isn't working. I do believe there's going to be high unemployment, because in the military-industrial complex there are 13 million people employed. But the question is, can the country's leadership stop this whole flow begun by Stalin? Will there be more losses? Now, information from abroad. In Croatia, combat actions continue. There were attacks on Pakrac and in Vukovar in Croatia. And now it's already the 4th day without any word of our correspondents in Yugoslavia. Nogin and Korinov, the Soviet embassy, is calling all around to federal and republic authorities in the provinces to find out where the whereabouts of these reporters of ours. Today, the jury selection, jurists who are going to solve the fate of Noriega, is underway. He is accused of racketeering, money laundering, and dealing in drugs. His lawyer says that he was doing all of this in the paid service of U.S. services. A Greek liner, Cheminas, has had an oil leak off Brazil. The tanker has been moved to a safe area, and the spill is moving away from the Brazilian coast. And now one-line news headlines. Saudi Arabia has released all Iraqi prisoners. A cholera epidemic grows around Tokyo. Israel has recognized the Baltic states, and apparently in connection with that, it has asked for $10 billion from the U.S. in connection with settling Soviet immigrants. There's a proposal to open diplomatic relations between the Ukraine and South Korea. There's no sadder news than news from the Central Committee, and that is certainly true with the staff of the Central Committee. here today. Here is their fate. Some are going to positions with joint ventures, some have other jobs, and only those who played a leading and guiding role seem to be without work. I don't have work. I'm unemployed. That's it. I'm without pay, without means of support. For a while I couldn't get in and get my things. They were being searched. This is the first day that they stopped searching us, taking our bags. Quite by accident, when going through the building. On the third building, in the third floor, I found a computer in the ladies' room quite by accident. It seemed to be ready to be taken off. Everything had been sealed, but now things have been opened. It seems that there could be pilferage, quite likely. It seems we don't have work passes, so we can't go to the labor exchange. That's not reality. All working people of Moscow who want to work, all people looking for work in Moscow are accepted here. We have people here who are ready to go to any work. We have a highly trained lawyer here going to work. Some are even getting higher pay than they got in the party. Take people here for work even without proper documents. Workers are getting their pay until the end of September, but party members hadn't been paying contributions dues to social unemployment funds, but they're still going to be getting unemployment benefits from Moscow enterprises. Could anyone have imagined a time when someone could just sit down in front of the Smolny party headquarters in Leningrad? See these enormous doors, these enormous offices with these enormous desks. For decades, the party apparatus of the city was directed from here in Smolny Institute. Now we can even see this room here, room number 51. This is a two-story bunker where the city party elite would take shelter during the war as a bomb shelter. Now, people didn't have to hide in these small rooms, but now with power, they had these enormous rooms and corridors. But now the fate of these and other buildings belonging to the CPSU, they await their fate. They are sealed. We're going to work out a special concept for the further usage of these premises. This will naturally be worked out in a public manner with consideration of the opinion of the people of Leningrad, of the mayor, and of the city Soviet. This is a fine administrative building with fine communications facilities, and it has been predestined for use of the mayor's office, but naturally the mayor's office is already located in the beautiful Mariinsky Palace, so this should really become a museum. So we have the history of Smolny Institute. That is everything I have for tonight. I will say good night to you. Of course, you have sports and weather following. Good evening, esteemed television viewers. Now we have reportage from the bike track, the velo track in Krulatsky. These competitions that are underway now in velosport cycling, we will be watching tonight preparation for tandem races. This is a competition among very brave people. people who believe in the healing powers of sports. Tandem races is a combination of two athletes, that is, the leader and the second man. The leader has to be a cyclist who has been a starter in no more than 5 races, and the second man can be anyone involved in the sport. And now soccer. In Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia, the combined team, France and Czechoslovakia. Nemchik got some goals, and Papin is Marseille also got goals. Here's 2-1 French, and final score Czechs 1, French 2.